Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video, I'll be going through my AFLW tipping for round 7, as well as reviewing my tips for round 6, in which I got a 10 out of 12. And I had a massive rank rise from starting the round at 5,524, and then I'm starting this round at 2,891. So what's that? Almost 2,600 and a bit chunk, sort of chopped off there. And yeah, almost halved my rank in terms of just one round. And if I got that last game right, I probably would have jumped up another sort of 800 or something like that, I would suspect, into almost the top 2K. So I think it is very, very feasible to get top even 1K if I have a really good end to the year with tipping. But anyway, let's jump into the round 6 tipping results. So as you can see here, the first tip of the round, Fremantle against Geelong, and I had Freo by 15, as you see there on it, and they won by 18. So I was actually really happy that they kicked that goal late, because I think a lot of people tipped Geelong in this game. So the further, even though it didn't impact my margin, I felt like it would probably impact other people's margins more so than mine, obviously, because a lot of people tipped Geelong, I think, in that game, or tipped probably Freo by a low margin. So for them to win by 18 was probably better than them to win by 12. Then you have the second game of the round. I tipped Hawks by 18. They won by 13, so a pretty good tip there. I thought that, they probably should have won by more in the end, but in the end, they got the job done, which was good. Then you have Essendon against Sydney, a close one. I had Essendon by 14. If Essendon probably scored a goal in the last quarter, it would have looked a lot more comfortable. Or if they'd even just, I think they were up by maybe 18 at three-quarter time. And Sydney kicked, I think, 15-0 in the last quarter. So it made it a lot tighter than it probably should have been. I think Essendon in the end did they kick 4-3 or did they kick 3-9? I want to just double check. What did they kick in the end? Let me just double check this quickly. They kicked 4-3, so it wasn't the worst, but Sydney kicked 2-3 in the final term, which probably they should have done better, the Essendon, especially being up 20-2 at halftime. But they got the job done in the end, and they got the win, which was good. Sucks for the Swans because they're really struggling. They're gone for finals, obviously now, but they're just really struggling in general. And honestly, I would like to see Melbourne and Western Bulldogs. I would like to see some of these teams win games so that they can jump the Swans, so the Swans can get a good draft pick at the women's draft, because they need a really skyscraper tall KPF, to be honest with you. Then we move over to Melbourne against GWS. Another really good tip. I had Melbourne by 19. They won by 16 in the end, so a pretty good tip there. That was a really good tip. So another really good close one. I think that's the third one that I've got within a goal. Then I thought that Adelaide would smoke St Kilda, but it actually turned out to be a really good game. And Adelaide actually turned out to really... did Adelaide kick 3-8 or 4-2? I think it was 4-2. I think they were actually pretty accurate. No, 3-8 to 3-4. Sorry, completely messed it up. Adelaide should have won by more, but St Kilda, they are really just hard to score against, honestly, as simple as that. Adelaide in the end won by 4, so I still got the tip right, but I was off by 36 in the margin. Then we go to the Kangas versus Western Bulldogs, and I had the Kangas by 45, they won by 55. I think that was an alright tip, to be honest with you. That was an alright tip. Then you have Richmond against Collingwood. I had Richmond by 20. They ended up winning by 36, not the worst tip in there. 16 points off, not the worst. Then this was one of my bad tips for the round. I thought West Coast would beat Port. They were up 19 at quarter time, 19-0. And then I'm pretty sure if you look at the scoring for it, let me just bring it up on my phone quickly here. You'll find that in the preceding, 2 quarters, it was 5 goals, 35 points to 2 in basically a quarter and a half. And then West Coast hit back with a goal, and then Adelaide kicked 2 more goals. So it was 49 to 1 goal 5, 49 to 11 run, and then West Coast kicked another goal to make it only 13 points to the margin. But in the end, Port Adelaide got a deserved win, and they're not the worst side this year, I don't think, Port. So that was sort of surprising as well. Carlton against Brisbane. I said Brisbane by 50. They won by 55. I'm taking that as a really, really good tip, given that I was within a goal again on a Brisbane game. I'm tipping Brisbane pretty well this year, aren't I? 50, I'm pretty sure I tipped both of their games in their double as well, pretty well as well. So I'm tipping them pretty well. Essendon against Gold Coast. I had Essendon by 22. They ended up winning by 9. So not the best tip out there, but not the worst. And then Sydney against Geelong. I had Geelong by 14. They won by 3. Geelong probably should have won by about 20 if they knew how to kick straight. But they kicked 5 goals, 14 to 6 goals, 5, I want to say. Was it 6 goals, 5 for the Swans? Swans wouldn't have kicked 5 goals, 11. That has to be 6 goals, 5. Yeah, it was 6 goals, 5. So they had 8 more shots, won by 3. Just sums up Geelong's season, to be honest. And then Freo against Hawthorn. I thought Freo would win this one. I really rated Freo, but Hawthorn just got the job done. Even with all the injuries mounting for Hawks, they are a really good side this year. So we'll see how they go against. I think they have some top sides to finish it off, but like as in Kangas, Brisbane, etc., and maybe in Adelaide, or they might have lost to Adelaide already. I don't know exactly, but yeah. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, into round 7 tipping. And you'll see here, we've got some absolute, one-siders here. St Kilda, I think they'll beat GWS. GWS have rested Huntington just because she probably can't play through 3 games in about a week and a half. So yeah, they'll rest her tonight. And I think St Kilda will win by, 20 points. I think they'll send a statement that they're still well in the finals race. If you look here, 7th, 8th, you can see here they're well within the finals race here, especially with their 2 games this week. They can climb. Who do they play in their second game? They play Melbourne. That could be a finals game for St Kilda effectively. You win that and you're on 20 points, and you're potentially, if Fremantle lose, who do Fremantle have? Just checking. Fremantle have Carlton. They're not going to lose that. And Adelaide have their double. So but you can solidify yourself. Basically what I'm saying is they can solidify themselves in the 8 in this week if they win both their games. Adelaide against Melbourne. Adelaide will win this, I think, pretty comfortably. I think they'll win it by 35 points. I think Melbourne, not St Kilda. Melbourne are absolutely drained at the moment, and yeah, they're running on fumes. So I wouldn't be surprised if Melbourne give up a big victory to a big loss, I should say, in that context, to Adelaide. Then you have Port versus Collingwood. Collingwood. How did they go last week? Collingwood. They got flattened, didn't they? They got flattened. Who do they, AFLW injury list? Do we have an updated injury list or whatever? Let's go to Collingwood women's injuries is probably the best way to put this. Let's go to here, maybe. Latest news, maybe. Joe Richard, no. Collingwood, no. Let's try maybe AFLW. Give me the teams. AFLW, latest, maybe. Do they have an injury report, maybe? Embedded, no. We don't have anything here. Pride launch, nothing here, it doesn't look like. Just a lot of Pride launch stuff. Or the same article just popping up countless times. So we have no, it looks like things are just popping up 5 or 6 times. Which is not exactly what I wanted. I wanted other stuff, but anyway, we will run with it. I just think Port at the moment are running hot, and I think they actually win this game against the likes of Collingwood. I just can't see Collingwood winning at the moment. They just look really out of shape, and so I have Port winning by 20 points. Western Bulldogs, against Essendon. I think Essendon win this one. I think Essendon are flying at the moment, and I think Essendon win this one against the Western Bulldogs by 26 points. Western Bulldogs are not the worst side this year, but they're still pretty poor. Hawthorn against West Coast Eagles. I have Hawthorn winning this one. I think they're going to pretty much solidify themselves in the finals this year already with 3 games to go after this. So I'm going to have Hawthorn winning this one by 24 points. I think West Coast do well, but I think Hawthorn's just running power will go over the top. Then you've got Richmond against Geelong. Geelong will look horrific, like absolutely horrific. Richmond look to be running absolutely hot at the moment, and I just think Richmond win this one by 23 points. I think they absolutely smash Geelong here. I think Geelong just Georgie still looks hampered. Know what Amy McDonald, I think Richmond's midfield just looks a lot better, and I think their ruck department also will hand it to Geelong. Brisbane against Gold Coast. Brisbane will win this one pretty convincingly. They'll win it by, I think they'll win it by 52 points, even in the Q Clash. I think they'll smash it. Then you've got Freo against the likes of Carlton. I think Freo win this one pretty convincingly. I'm going to say they win it by 36 points. I think they win it by 6 goals. Kangaroos against Sydney. That one's another obvious tip. I think North Melbourne win this one pretty convincingly. I'm going to say North Melbourne by 58 points. They're going to absolutely smash the Swans, I think. It's sad to say, but the Swans got lucky with Geelong playing against them. I think they got really lucky. Geelong could have easily kicked, 10 goals? What would have been 10 goals, 69? They would have lost by 28 points. So if Geelong had kicked accurately, the Swans were dead. And the Swans came back in the last quarter. It could have easily been a 40-point margin, to be honest with you, at three-quarter time. Then you have St Kilda against Melbourne. I think St Kilda win this. I think St Kilda have a really good defence, and I think they win both games in their double. I'm going to say it's going to be a tight one by 14 points. And then Adelaide will absolutely smash GWS. I'm going to say Adelaide by 46 points. So those are the tips for the round. And if you did enjoy the video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload. And also remember to put your tips in the comments section below so that I can see who everyone else has winning these games and by the margin. So I'll see you guys I'll see you guys, I guess, in the next video, which will be the game reviews back from round 6 because we still got to catch all those up. So I'll see you guys in those videos tomorrow. Bye, guys.